how big of a boost is it to have Hugo Keenan fit for this weekend?
I think it'd be a boost for any side in world rugby. He's a world class fullback, isn't he? And it's testament to him, and it's no shock to us that he's been able to get himself back to this position to be involved this weekend, as he's been unbelievably diligent over the last few weeks to make that happen.
What does it say about the strength and depth that you have in the squad at the moment? That a guy like Gary Ringrose, who I'm presuming he's fit, is able to get into the 22.
He's fit and he's well. He's trained all week. He's done all the contact work necessary to be available. It's just circumstances. Gary knows exactly. I had the chat with him yesterday, and he was smiling actually, in the fact that it's just circumstances. He knows what I think about him as a rugby player. And his comments to me was that he's been on the good side of circumstances so many times as a player as well, so he understands.
And just a final for me, is James Ryan injured or what's?
He's injured, yeah. He got injured yesterday in training. Just a freak accident, really, of just a reaction, reaching out for a tackle that was non-contact, and he's injured his biceps, so he most likely, he won't in fact be available for the remainder of the Six Nations.
Thanks. Sandy, just on Finlay Beelum over on the Jaeger, was both fit?
Both are fit. No, sorry, no, that's wrong. Ollie's got a bit of a niggle with his knee, so played his first test obviously, and that was a big week for him. Finlay's unbelievably experienced and been doing really well for us in the past, and he's really keen to get out there and show what he's got at Twickenham.
You spoke a lot about the Grand Slam match last year. Ireland's performance wasn't where you wanted it to be, and 2 years ago similar thing. There was a lot made out of the pack, the scrum battle, but also a lot of uncharacteristic errors made by Ireland, holding and offsides and breakdowns. Are you very confident that you won't see those on Saturday? Maybe we
I've not missed it, Meg. I don't know what's going to happen. England had a say in how we performed that day. You take every game on its own course, really, and judge it. And England did very well at slowing us down last year. There's a lot of stoppages within the game, and it weren't just errors. The game was slow. Whether that's a tactic of theirs or not, I don't know. But we'll have to expect more of the same. I would have thought. So we'll take each minute as it comes. That's the nature of the game. I mean, that was a year ago, and then we go back a couple of weeks, and against Wales we want to do better then as well. So there's always going to be that case.
Is the 6-2 split, Andy, now the best formula for this team, or is it very much opposition dependent still?
A bit of everything, really. It's where the squad's at, where the individuals within the squad are at, and what benefits us. Yes, against the opponent, but more importantly for what's best for Ireland. So we take each game on merit and who's fit and who's not, because the whole time, you guys see a fit squad on paper, but there's always something going on in the background, with niggles or game time, or he needs looking after, or everyone could be 100% fit and raring to go. That's not always the case, so you take each week, each day really as it comes.
If I ask you about Ty Furlong, his 75th cap for Ireland this weekend, obviously a very difficult 2023 for him on a couple of different levels. He's played brilliantly this year.
He has, and he's in good form. He's injury free. He's been getting some good continuity as far as game time's concerned. It was stop-start for him last year, which obviously didn't help, and it was a tough old time for him. I've no doubt, because obviously throughout his career he's been unbelievably consistent, and when that becomes stop-start. It's hard to handle, I'm sure. But now he's back in the rhythm again. He's back to where he needs to be.
Kieran?
Joe McCarthy and Ty Burley with the second row again. Can you just talk a bit about how you've seen that partnership grow over the course of time?
They're very different, aren't they? I suppose that's the balance of a good second row partnership. Ty's doing a great job at calling the line out. He's nice and composed as far as that's concerned, and adds different skills to the dynamics of our team, obviously, in comparison to Joe, who's mastering the art of tight head lock, the dark arts of causing as much havoc as he possibly can, and he's learning that pretty quickly at the minute. I'm sure there's things that he would love to have got better from the Welsh game, and he gets another chance to prove that.
Amber,
Hi Andy.
Hi.
Has this been one of the toughest weeks you've had in terms of trying to balance picking a squad, players who are coming back, players who've been brilliant so far?
Not really, no. It's a privileged type of week for us. We've got good people. We've got people who care about what's right for the team, and they understand that our jobs is to do exactly that as far as selection's concerned, etc. And everyone rolls in together. I've no doubt that the back-to-back nature of the last two games is going to test the full squad. It's nice to have a fit enough squad, even though we've got a couple of injuries there going into the second last game, and hopefully there's not too many casualties this weekend, and I suppose that is the nature, so we'd expect a little bit of that, but that ties us in nicely for next week as well, having good players that have missed out this weekend.
Morning, Andy. As an Englishman, former England player, former England coach, do these games mean more to you? How do you feel about going back to Twickenham?
I get asked this every time I go back to Twickenham, and I've been back quite a bit now. So, no, it's no different to any other game. We and certainly I tend to concentrate on just the week ahead, and this game is no more important than the first game in Marseille, or no more important than the Italy game at home, or Wales at home. It's another chance for us to go out there and show the best of ourselves. Albeit a tough old task going to Twickenham. Everyone knows that it's a tough place to go and get a victory, but that's the challenge that's in front of us every week.
How would you assess the England team at the moment? They were 5 minutes away from being in a World Cup final, but they've also had quite a bit of criticism as well.
I don't get involved with the criticism at all. I don't look at that. I look at the individuals, the way that they're playing, the coaching staff that they've got, the plan that they've got. I know that they're a fantastic side that's gonna be preparing to give it everything they've got at the weekend, so that makes them unbelievably dangerous. We just prepare for them to be at their best, and if that's the case, it's going to be one hell of a battle.
The last time you visited Twickenham 2 years ago, 32-15 defeat. 32-15 win for.
I didn't know whether he was telling the truth or not, because it's honestly it's irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant.
Just, I suppose they're going to be kind of going out to prove a point. What are the elements of the English game that you're most concerned by?
All of it, because look, this is why I constantly say that everyone loves the Six Nations so much, because it changes week on week. Scotland were unbelievably unlucky for all sorts of reasons of not getting over the line against France. I'm sure that concentrates the mind in the next 2 weeks leading up to the England game. I've no doubt that England would have loved to put the best performance out against Scotland and come away with a victory there, which is unbelievably hard to do. But I've no doubt now that over the last 2 weeks that concentrates their mind to have another chance of a crack at us. So again, you expect them to be at the best, and if they're at the best, they're going to be as hard as anyone in World Rugby to beat.